Whole thing is played out. Give me a second. Taxstone. Let me go to AGT TV. They've been outside the courtroom for a long time. Here we go. By the way, I want to salute to these guys because I got a bunch of information from them. They were very instrumental in telling people like what's what. Okay. Actually, can I open up the Gossip in the City? Gossip in the City. They had some shit on their page. Okay, good. It's open. Great. All right. So this is what went down. So he was charged for count 1, which is murder in the second degree, the biggest charge. And that count was for him murdering Ronald Banger McFadden, which is a guy on the right you're seeing right here, okay? Now, also, he shot Troy Ave. They're claiming he shot another woman. They're claiming, and by the way, they're basically, obviously, if you don't know why Troy Ave took the stand, Troy Ave took a plea in his case. So the attempted murder got dropped down to aggravated assault. Then he took a plea in order to testify. So he basically took a plea. The prosecutors say, we're going to recommend you get a year in jail, right? So Troy Ave is going to have to do a year in jail at some point. But he took that deal, right? He was facing around 15. He took that deal, but he had to testify. So he testified against Taxstone, who prosecutors are claiming Taxstone shot everybody, okay? So they're saying he shot and killed Ronald Banger McFadden. He shot Troy Ave multiple times in both legs. They're saying he shot a woman and shot somebody else. I'm not sure if directly, but he caused the injury because of a shot. It's weird how they kind of term it. Now, let me see what's going on. Is everybody chilling over here? Did YouTube just trip out for a second? It's all good. Anyway, all right. So this is what happened in court. They originally for like 6 years only charged him with attempted, second degree murder. Now, this is going to be kind of debated. I can imagine it on legal fronts for a little bit. In the last hour, right before the whole thing goes to deliberation, right? By the way, if I'm going to give you a summary of the cases. The summary of the case is that Troy Ave's statement or his lawyer basically said, how Tory's lawyer was saying, Tory ain't do it. Y'all think it looked like Kelsey did it, right? That's what Tory's lawyer's case was, right? Troy Ave's lawyer, no, not Troy Ave. Taxstone's lawyer case was, Tax ain't do it. He couldn't have done it. He was drinking a bottle of Douce. They literally say Douce. He had a drink in one hand, a cup in another. He's talking to bitches. He's macking. How the hell he got time to pull out a gun? They had people that they were trying to get on the stand to say, at the time of the shooting, the last thing I remember seeing in Tax's hand was a bottle of liquor. You get what I mean? So basically saying it was impossible because no one is saying besides Troy Ave, no one other than Troy Ave is saying that they seen Taxstone with a gun. Okay? Okay. Great. So he was charged with murder in the second degree, and right before deliberation, you get the prosecutors who go to the judge and say, we want to add more charges that the jury could consider. If they don't think he's guilty of murder in the second degree, right, we want them to consider another count, manslaughter in the first degree. Now, this is important because what ended up happening, they said he's not guilty of murder. So not guilty of second degree murder. He's not guilty. Okay? But he's guilty of manslaughter, which means manslaughter in the first degree means you did imminent damage that could have led to death, but you probably didn't intend to kill. Now, the prosecutor's whole case was, no, he intended to kill somebody. There's this, I don't know if there's actually in the rule book or law or whatever, they usually say, that's why, apparently some people, which I don't think people within the moment care about shit like that. Like if your life's threatened, I don't think you're like, let me shoot him in the leg. Maybe the Toronto niggas, because they do the leg eyes. But usually people say if it's above the waist, you're getting attempted murder or murder. Below the waist, aggravated assault. You get what I mean? And usually that thinking is, if you're shooting somebody in the chest, you're trying to kill him. You're shooting somebody in the leg, maybe you're trying to stop him, right? Banger was shot in the chest. The prosecutor's whole case was saying Taxstone tried to kill him, right? So that's why it's a murder charge. Ultimately, they threw another charge there to say, if y'all don't agree with us saying he tried to kill him, get him with manslaughter. And I don't know if that helped Tax out or hurt him, because there's one way of thinking like this. The jury knew even if they said he's not guilty of second-degree murder, they could have still gave him manslaughter. If there was no other option to give him, and it was either murder or nothing, maybe they would give him murder, because clearly, everything is pointing to the fact that Tax may have let this gun off that killed this guy. So it may have helped him that they put the new charge on the docket at the last minute that they could think about, because the jury's like, well, we ain't gonna give him the murder, but we'll give him the manslaughter. Now, I'm gonna explain what all this means in a bit. Because it matters for sentencing. To make it short, you get caught with a murder sentence, and by the way,
call Dago.
Appreciate you guys. You guys are running up those shorts. If you get found guilty on a murder charge, you're probably looking at life. You get found guilty on a manslaughter charge, the maximum time in jail he's looking at is 25 years. So big difference. One is life, one is 25 years. So they found him not guilty of murder, but guilty of manslaughter. So that's the biggest charge he's going to get, manslaughter, which is 25 years in jail. Now, count 2 was the attempted murder of Troy Ave, for shooting Troy Ave. They found him not guilty, so they don't believe, basically what the jury was saying, they don't believe that he was in there trying to kill anyone. Now, why would they believe that? Now, even though Taxstone's lawyer didn't give a self-defense, a self-defense defense case, they do believe that Troy Taxstone wasn't just in the green room like, which nigga could I just kill? Like, they don't believe he was doing that. They believe he was chilling. They believe that, yes, he had a gun, which he shouldn't have. And then some shit popped off, and then he said, fuck it. I got to shoot my way out of this, not to kill people, but I'm doing this for preservation. Regardless, it's still a crime, but it's a difference between attempted murder. Were you trying to kill Troy Ave, or were you trying to get Troy Ave off of you or away from you, right? So he got found not guilty for attempted murder. Assault in the first degree, which is again for shooting Troy Ave, he got found guilty. So yes, by shooting him, you assaulted him. Did you try to kill him? They're saying no. And also it helps that Troy Ave was shot in the legs, even though Troy Ave testified. Remember when he testified, he said he put his legs up to where his chest was, and he said that's the only reason why he didn't get shot in the chest. He said he kind of went like this, and his leg took the bullet, or his thigh took the bullet. That's why he didn't get hit in the chest. Regardless, they didn't believe that Taxstone was trying to kill him. All right, bet. So not guilty for attempted murder. Assault in the first degree, yes, guilty. Count 4, assault in the first degree. This is the woman who got shot. Okay, guilty. Assault in the first degree for another guy who got shot. Damn, I don't want to be around Taxstone and no gun. This nigga is a shooter. Fuck. Not guilty. Yo, you try to beat Taxstone up, he shoot 10 niggas. An assault in the second degree for the same person? Yes, guilty. Criminal possession of a weapon in second degree with intent to use? Guilty. This is going to be a big charge here, because criminal possession of a weapon, when it comes to sentencing, they're probably going to have a lot of people testify to say, yo, we can't give him a slap on the wrist. Not only did he have a weapon, he had a weapon in a building that he knew people were searching. They said allegedly what happened, Taxstone had a gun on him. He tried to go in through like a private entrance, but there was like nobody there. Remember, he has a gun on him, so he's trying to get in the venue. Nobody there. He walks around. Okay? He walks around to another place, and then like they have him on surveillance footage trying to get in the venue, but he don't want to be searched. Eventually, they say he kind of goes with like a crowd near the front entrance, and apparently there's obviously there's a metal detector, and people are patting down, but people know Tax. So he just walks right by. He just walks quickly right by, but he has a gun on him. That's what they're saying. You get me? So why I think this is going to matter in sentencing, they're probably going to say, bro, how reckless do you have to be to bring a loaded gun, not only into New York City, but into a venue that is trying to search for guns, and also when so many regular civilians are in the building, Again, in New York City. So that's probably going to matter. But he got found guilty for that. And count 7, having a weapon in a outside the home or place of business, guilty. All right. So, I told y'all this carries 25 years, right? He's been locked up since 2016. He's been locked up for 7 years. All right. If we really be honest about this, I think he's going to get on the high side of 25, which means he could get from 0 to 25. He's probably going to get 0 would probably mean time served, which is 7, right? I think he's probably going to get 20, maybe 22, just because of where it's at. Like, you fucking let off a gun at a nightclub where so many people are at. He has other felonies, and he's a convicted felon. He has a very violent criminal past. I could see them saying, I don't think he's going to get 25, but 20. Let's say 20, right? Cool. Let's say everything gets run concurrently. This is where things are going to get interesting. So if he gets 20, he already did 7. I mean, he has to do about 13, but really, like, they're going to give him some time off. This ain't the Fed, so he could probably get like 60, 50%. He could be home in like 5 to 7 years. But then this is the interesting part. There's another case that he pled guilty to. Taxstone pleads guilty. It's a Fed case. So he pled guilty to another thing for possession of a semi-automatic weapon by a felon, I believe, right? So he already pled guilty to that. And when you plead guilty to that, here we go with that. The maximum sentence for each count is 10 years, okay? I'm going to think, I think this is his first federal charge. I think that this is going to be, let me see. Oh, it's 2 counts. Yeah, so he's facing another 10 years in prison. I think the Fed's probably going to give him 6 to 7 years. So here's the thing. When trying to think of when he might be free, the state is going to hold him and get whatever they got to get out of him. Then the feds are going to come. You can't serve time for both at the same time. So he's going to have to do the state time for the murder, or not murder, but the manslaughter. I'm pretty sure they're going to run everything concurrent. So let's say he got to do another 6-7 years, right? 6-7 years for that. Then he gets picked up for the feds, who probably going to give him, who knows, like 7. And he got to do 5 for that. He should be home in like 10 years. So pretty much this whole incident has caused him, or will cause him, maybe close to 20 years of his life. Obviously, he took someone else's life, so yeah. Anyway, that's about the court case. What was interesting is this shit. Troy Ave, who's an absolute villain, he's a terror. It's a terror. He drops a song. Yo, I'm going to be honest with y'all. If Troy Ave wasn't like the person you want to hate, this nigga is not only ruthless, but he's not that bad of a rapper. He stepped his rapping up. I used to call him Troy Average. This nigga be going in. Unfortunately, obviously he disses somebody, and you probably are sympathetic to Taxstone. It's hard to receive this, but anyway, he dropped a song, and he's dropping an album called Dear Hater, I Won. And in parentheses, it says Taxstone found guilty. Yo, listen to this song right here.
Really took a letter to the judge. Really was able to case that nigga. Really.
By the way, let me give, and I know y'all want to hear the song. Let me give one more explanation before I even get into it. So, according to Troy Ave, what he did by taking a stand ain't snitching. Now you might be like, nigga, how's that not snitching? You took the stand. Well, in his defense, or what he's saying is that, yo, he told on me first. Now, to go all the way back, when Taxstone first got arrested, Taxstone's lawyer letter to judge. Taxstone lawyer wrote a letter to the judge, okay? And just read these headlines. It basically said Taxstone lawyer asked, why is Troy Ave free after the Irving Plaza shooting? So his lawyers said to the judge, yo, judge, why Troy Ave free, but my nigga not free? Like, Troy Ave, he's really the shooter. So Troy Ave is taking that to be, Damn, you're snitching on me. I'm gonna read some of the letter. I'm gonna read some of the letter. Here we go. Hold on. By the way,
Call Dago.
let me see if I could. Where is the letter? Oh, Bossip had it. Here we go. In the letter to the judge. Okay, so he wrote a letter to the judge. I've seen the letter somewhere. I don't know how to get it now. Okay, in the court papers obtained by Bossip, it said it was Troy Ave, not him, who's facing an attempted murder charge. And police have said that they have video of the rapper firing wildly and found the gun that was used in that night in Troy Ave's possession. Furthermore, Taxstone lawyer argues Troy Ave and his crew were implicated in another shooting days earlier. And the rapper's best friend, who was killed at the venue, was actually out on bail from that incident. So Troy Ave is saying the mere fact that you would put my name in there like that, you snitched on me first, so I'm not snitching on you now. I don't know. This is for the streets to argue. I could care less. Anyway, here's a song, nigga.
Snitched on that man.
Wrote a whole letter to the judge saying Troy Ave is a bad guy. He doesn't deserve to be in the street.
You told, bro.
His man wrote a letter to the
motherfucking judge.
Him and his friends, they ain't it. You a dollar, nigga.
Okay. So, here's the story. Taxstone is locked up. Basically, what came out and what the prosecutors said, because a lot of people, even me, I'm like, yo, why has this case taken 6 years? 7 years, actually, to be tried? They said, really, it was Taxstone's attorney pushing it back. Why was he pushing it back? Because they knew a guy was going to snitch on him, which is not Troy Ave, but another guy named Malcolm, a former friend of Taxstone. And they said they kept wanting the case to be pushed back, hoping that, you know, the feds where this Malcolm guy is locked up at, they would get tired of like waiting for this guy to fulfill his, you know, because he's trying to get a 5K1 letter. They would just sentence him, right? So if he gets sentenced, he has no more incentive to tell or to cooperate against Taxstone. And this is a big part of the case. The guy Malcolm is a guy who said he got the call from Casanova, and Casanova said, yo, Tax just shot up the spot. So they were pushing the case back for years, hoping the feds was going to just sentence this guy. Once this guy gets sentenced, he has no more reason to testify against Taxstone. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case. Anyway, while sitting in jail, this is what the prosecutor's claiming, right? And by the way, this is how the reason why they even bring that up is that, you know, obviously the defense is saying, yo, if they had so much proof against Troy Ave, or no, why I keep calling Taxstone Troy, against Taxstone, why would they take 7 years to bring this to trial? Why wouldn't they, whatever? So the prosecutor said, it ain't us, it's him. So they tell this story too. They say, yo, they raided Taxstone's jail cell like 6 times and they found phones, right? Which kind of makes sense. Like, Tax is always tweeting. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like, come on, you know, it's probably not a hard thing to be like, does he have her phone? Like, yo, my nigga will tweet me like, yo, just watch the game. LeBron needs some help out there. And you see LeBron drop 80 and lost. You know what I mean? Yo, he was tweeting motherfucking in real time. So anyway, they raid the cell like 6 times, find 6 phones. Now, what happens is when you have elementary school parking lot, I don't know what we did. Yeah, nigga, I'm getting the fuck on out of there, nigga. I'm telling you, I'm getting the fuck on out of there. There's no way. But I'm definitely one of them niggas who's down to do the real witness protection. Not the 6ix9ine witness protection. Not the Alpo witness protection. Nigga, you don't catch me again. The whole surgery done, you feel me? They gonna suck all the fat out of me, change my face up. I'm gonna see if they could do some shit to slap a white face on me. Yeah, nigga, I'm out of that shit. Freedom is everything. I ain't gonna hold you. You don't work like that? DMC? They gonna work like that when I'm telling. Nigga, I get that nigga a 60 minutes interview in there, nigga. Niggas just like telling me crimes. Like, oh, word? Damn. I said, man, I can't believe the cops still trying to find where the fuck you put that body. I know where I would have put it if I was you. Say some dumb shit. He gonna be like, hell no, nigga. Nigga, I put it on the elementary school parking lot. Word? Which one? Not the one over by. Nah, nigga, not there, nigga. I went 2 towns over. Oh, shit. You smart. Y'all can hear that? All right, bet. Come on, man. I'm out of there. I'm out of there. All right, anyway. Troy Ave, when he was on this Troy Ave's hilarious. That nigga was on the fucking stand. He said, yo, when he was wrestling for the gun with Taxstone on the ground, he said that shit looked like it was a violent, I guess like they were both holding the gun like this, and Taxstone is right here. So his hand around him, Taxstone hand is on the gun. They're both like wrestling. He said to the jury, yo, this shit looked like a violent spooning. Yo, that's hilarious. I'm sorry, bro. To say you were doing a violent spooning with your op is crazy.
Hey, fuck, nigga, what you mad about? Nigga. Every time you see me, I got bands. I got bands, nigga. Every car you see me in a day, we kill the cash.
All right. Anyway. All right, I think we got it. All right, so y'all tell me, flag on the play. Is there nothing wrong here? Clearly, Troy Ave, he's going to enjoy the fact that Taxstone's found guilty. He's not looking at himself like a snitch. He's basically saying, if I'm a snitch, well, he's a snitch too, because he told on me first, and I had to basically tell on him. Now, here's the thing too, which is interesting. People have tried to bring up this aspect. Essentially, what Troy Ave is really saying is that, yo, this is self-defense. Yo, a nigga shot me, I took the gun from him, and I shot back at him. Initially, the videos that came out, which by the way,
Call Dago.
the videos that came out initially only showed Troy Ave doing some shit. So you can't say, oh, I shot back at it. You know, the cops is going to ask you regardless. And this is where I keep saying the streets breakdown is like, yo, they only have you shooting on camera. Would you going to just be gangster and take the charge and not say nothing about the nigga you were shot at? In any situation where there is a shooting, if you shot in self-defense, you got to tell the police, yeah, I shot because that nigga pulled out a gun on me. Now, if you say that, are you snitching because you said that nigga pulled out a gun on you, or is that just part of self-defense? Now, imagine if nigga pulls out a gun on you, you shot him, and they pull up on you and they say, why did you shoot him? If you can't tell him that first part, oh, he pulled out a gun on me, you're the one just gonna go to jail. He's gonna get off scotch-free. So keep in mind, we're like, snitching started off with y'all all do a crime together. Are you telling on your co-defendants? To now, this is a nigga who was trying to take your life. He's trying to kill you, but you're the only one to get caught for defending yourself. Should you owe him some type of loyalty to not say nothing about him or testify against him? Huh? Again, stupid shit. Anyway, we can move on. I think we've kind of milked this topic enough. By the way, salute to everybody who's, copping those Caldago t-shirts, it's going crazy. Yo, Sharp, man. I told you, brother. We could turn this into a positive. We're gonna make a donation with the proceeds to the to some foundation. How about you match it, nigga? That'd be good. All right. Next thing we're gonna talk about is this Hurricane Chris thing. We talk about self-defense and shit like that. Hurricane Chris recently beat a murder. So this is the difference, and I ain't gonna lie to you.